Alright, let's see if we get anybody in here. Why is it so dark? Hold on. Come.
Shut up.
How that works. Why is my green screen still messed up? No. Close enough. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? I know my fan's probably loud. It's actually a heater. But I just wanted to go live. We'll see if anybody jumps in. We'll see if anybody hops in.
I'm doing something.
We'll see if we get anybody. If we do, then we do. If we don't, we won't.
Daddy,
What, baby?
when I put the records in, it fall apart.
Well, yeah, it's gonna fall apart because you put it in a bag or a container and it fell apart.
I did, but the little bit fell apart.
Yeah. Did mommy fix it?
Daddy did. Right there.
No, that's not how it goes.
Mommy,
Or like this.
I did that. I gotta do something with my
like that.
characters. With these.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? Can I see everybody? Anybody have any questions for me? Can I see everybody? Turn this down. If I can see anybody chatting or asking questions. Don't mind my head. Why? Can that come any closer, hon?
What?
That light? Because I definitely feel like I never have this problem with my green screen, and right now I have this problem.
What's it do?
Nobody got nothing to say. Guess we'll stay live for another 5 minutes, and then I'll go play Call of Duty.
Okay. I added it to my order.
What?
Another game.
Okay.
The same one I got. Black. Yeah.
Can you flip that light?
Which light?
That one. Hit the button until it changes to the brighter color. Other one. Yeah.
Mommy,
What?
may I please watch the movie?
Go. Change TV.
I gotta change.
Why does this not? This is not cooperating with me. This is really going to irritate me. Usually I don't have any issues with my green screen. Why is my green screen acting up now? Why are they changing my TV?
Because I told her she could. If you're not in it.
Well, that's a little better. What, Diesel? What, Bobby? What's going on, everybody? Anybody have any questions for me? Any comments, any concerns? Anything you want to ask me? I know I get a lot of comments in my videos, but I know people ask me questions, and this is your opportunity to ask me. Says we got 4 concurrent viewers. Who's all out there? If you don't comment, I can't see. Nobody? Nobody has any questions? Just finished with orientation. How did your 5 weeks of training go? Chris, my 5 weeks went pretty good. It went by fast. Except the last week. The last week dragged on, I'm not gonna lie. But your first 5 weeks, it's gonna go by fast. You do share a truck with another person, so you can't bring as much stuff as you need or you think you would need. So I would advise you getting a big duffel bag or a nice little, gym bag, because you're going to be living out of that gym bag. But you learn a lot. As I say in all of my videos, definitely make sure you practice your backings, because when you go through your 5 weeks, TMC wants you to do a minimum of 60 angle backings. I had 150 total backings by the end of it, by the end of my 5 weeks. Definitely make sure your trainer lets you practice your 45. Even if you guys are going to the truck stop, say, hey, can I back into this spot 5 times? Let me do it 5 times in a row. Get it through your head. Get it consecutively. You learn the securement. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because if you have a good trainer, they will help you. They'll answer all the questions that you need. There's a lot of restless nights, a lot of sleepless nights. They are supposed to give you a minimum of 6 hours of sleep your first 2 weeks, I believe. But if you're anything like me, I used to be able to sleep like a rock, but I can't anymore. And I tried to sleep in that top bunk of that truck, which is, right, where's my finger? Oh, over there. And it was not pleasant. So I actually decided to sleep in the front seat. I'd buckle in, grab my pillow, my blanket, and I'd sleep in the front seat because it was so uncomfortable. Just because of the bumps and however much weight you're pulling and where you're going. I was in the gorge a lot. I was in Tennessee. I was in Kentucky. I was in Ohio. So we were always going through the mountains. So it was very uncomfortable. But other than that, it was a good experience. I still keep in contact with my trainer. Wished him a Merry Christmas today. What else? You're gonna, as soon as you get in that truck, you're gonna be the driver. Your trainer's gonna make you drive that truck and get comfortable. So for the first week or two, you're gonna be driving that truck. You're gonna be getting comfortable with it. You're gonna be able to getting comfortable maneuvering, and then third, fourth, and fifth week, you're going to learn your securement. You're going to learn your tarping. You're going to learn all that good stuff. I mean, you're still going to learn how to tarp, even if your trainer, you know, you have to tarp your first load. You're going to go out there and you're going to learn, but he's going to repetitively teach you stuff. Weeks 3 and 4, you're going to learn how to start using the trimble. You're going to start learning how to trip plan. You're going to learn how to manage your clock, manage your logs, do the paperwork, how to fill out your checklist, because whenever you turn in your bill of lading, you turn in this other piece of paper and they sign it and they verify that you delivered the load and the load's not damaged, and then you send a picture of it out to your fleet manager or their fleet manager, with the TMC app, and that's pretty much how it goes. And then your end of 5 weeks, you'll go to wherever your truck is. I went to Columbia, South Carolina, because that's where my truck was. I tested out, and it was about 11 o'clock. We finished all the paperwork, and by 1 o'clock we were over at the securement yard, and we were going over a checklist for our truck. We were looking at a looking at the checklist. We were making sure we had all of our securement devices. We were going over the entire truck, make sure everything was there, everything that was supposed to be there that was there. Make sure that there was no scratches, no dings, no dents. All the lights worked. Everything worked. Make sure you had all your securement devices. You had all your straps, your bungees, your tarps, your coil mats, your edge protectors. Definitely make sure you have enough edge protectors, because I didn't have them. I had to go back to the Gaston yard. I live in South Carolina, so I had to go back to the Gaston yard, and I had to get more edge protectors the next week. Make sure you have enough edge protectors. Make sure you have enough straps. Make sure you have enough bungees. Those are your most important things. You can get away with not having enough coil mats for a week, or however, if you live close, because I've used my coil mats once in 3 weeks. So that being said, it goes by really fast. Before you know it, you're gonna go to bed, or let me start over. You're gonna wake up. It's gonna be 8 o'clock. You're gonna get to your next place. You're gonna drop off. It's gonna be 1 o'clock. And then next thing you know, you're gonna get loaded and you're gonna start heading out. And it's gonna be 10 o'clock at night, and you're gonna be like, man, I'm exhausted. And then you just tell your trainer, look, I can't drive anymore, and your trainer will drive the rest of the way, or he'll tell you to park it, and you'll get up in the morning when your clock resets, and you'll drive the rest of the way. But definitely don't be afraid. If you're tired, let them know you're tired, because they'd rather you pull that truck over and they drive before you put it in a ditch. That's a really good question. Does anybody else have any other questions for me? Trying to think, what else am I missing? Go over your securement, go over your trailer, strapping your loads. Awesome. Was there anything that you would have spent more time on during training? I appreciate all your sharing. That I would have spent more time on during training. I'd say probably tarping. I still have a little bit of an issue, depending on the type of load, getting the tarps just right. Securing it's really not that difficult. You want to make sure you have two pieces of I can't talk. 2 pieces of securement within the first 5 feet of your load, not including your X strap. And then after that, depending on how your load goes, you figure out how much securement you want. Like this picture that I have up here on the screen. I have my X strap, my 2 pieces in the front, and then I have 3 on the first, 3 on the second, and 4 on the last, because the last one was longer. You want to have 1 more in the front and 1 more in the back, and then you want to have more securement in the front, more securement in the back, and then however much you need it in the middle. It doesn't need to be like overbearing. Like, I don't need 3 straps. If this load was sequential and even, I wouldn't need 3 straps on the middle. But what you can't see on the other side is half of that load was shorter. So if I didn't put 3 straps, one piece of lumber on the other side would not have gotten a piece of securement. So yeah, if I could say anything, I would probably focus more on the tarping, but it really just depends on how many loads you get that you can tarp. you know, my trainer, we got lumber, and tarping lumber is not hard, um, especially if it's you know, if it's pyramid, which you'll learn what pyramid is when you go out with your trainer, or it's boxed. Um, Lumber is really not hard to tarp. Now, when it gets difficult to tarp is, you know, like a coil. I never did a coil, and I had to tarp a coil Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, deliver on Wednesday. I had to tarp. Never did it before. It took me almost 5 hours to secure and to tarp my very first load of coils. They were, I can show you a picture. They were 20,000 pounds a piece,
Jesus, I didn't know my kids were dead.
and I don't actually have a picture of the coils, but I have a picture of the tarps. As you can see, oh, my light's kind of crappy. As you can see, I never did it before. It took me forever. I actually got help from another TMC driver. Guy was awesome. He helped me out tremendously. I mean, I tarped the lumber. You know, the lumber's not bad. I really wish my light wasn't like that, but it is. Oh, let me see if I can turn this off. Yeah, let me turn that off. There we go. So, see, it's not really difficult when it comes to to certain things, but you know, once you get the tarp on there, basically it's just folding it like a present. But like I said, I really wish I would have gotten more metallic loads, more coils. I only got one piece of flat, or not one piece, one load of flat steel plates, and that was the only metal that we hauled besides rebar. Rebar's not difficult. Just gotta make sure you have your choke strap set up right, which I know they taught you in orientation how to, you know, you want like 2 feet or 2 fingers in between your choke straps. What else? What else? Going over the pre-trip is fine. Yeah, so pretty much just tarping, because you know tarping takes the longest. I mean, it's easy to throw straps, it's easy to tighten straps down. Tarping takes the longest, especially if you've never done that type of load. I was super tired. I was in Kentucky, and I got there at, what was it, 1 o'clock? Yeah, I got there about 1 o'clock. And by the time I got loaded and I got out of there, tarped and everything, it was 6:30. I was exhausted. I drove until about 10, and I had to shut it down. I still had 5 hours to drive on Wednesday, but I had to shut it down. I was exhausted. So there will be those days where you just overexert yourself. You're overtired, but you know, when you feel like you've had enough, when you know your body's tired, when you feel like you've had enough, you need to pull over. And I did. I pulled over. I found a pilot, and I slept. I woke up the next day and drove the rest of the 5 hours. Got there, got it delivered. No issues, no big deal. So yeah, if I could say anything, I would say the tarps, for sure. What other questions? Anybody else have any other questions? Oh, Chris, if you're still here too, do you have your trainer yet? Because if you do, you have your trainer or your trainer's truck, you should join this group called the Black and Chrome Basement. We're on Facebook. You have to have a truck number. You have to have your trainer's truck number or your personal truck number. Bev, can you hand me that shirt real quick so I can show them? I don't want to turn my shirt around. Join the group. It's literally TMC drivers. That's all it is. Current TMC drivers. And this is what the shirt looks like. This is Black and Chrome Basement. Got our truck on it, and that's about it. Look it up on Facebook if you have Facebook. That's the group. Some guys will be in there and they'll act like super truckers, as people call them. And there's some other guys that are in there and they're genuine, and they'll help you out. They will educate you any which way they can. If you have questions, ask them, or you can call safety. You can send safety pictures and stuff like that too. Anybody else have any questions? Any questions for me about the types of loads that I've hauled, where I've gone to, what I've run into. Now's your opportunity. Because once I'm done with this, I'm playing Call of Duty. We should probably get this all set up. Anybody have any other questions? Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas to you, Chris. I don't have the truck number yet. He's taken this week off, and we should get started next week. This company has been great. The orientation was a lot more than I expected. Where did you go to school? Did you go to school in Des Moines, or did you go to school in Columbia? And did you get your CDL through TMC, or did you already have your CDL? Oh, let me stand up for a second. Plug this. Where's my others?
I did.
I was in Columbia and got back. Oh, nice, nice. Were you just in the last class? Were you in the class with Patrick? Because I was in the I went through the Columbia class too. Why do you say it was a lot more than what you expected? You mean the like make sure that you knew how to back up the truck, or all the testing and stuff?
Get out my butt.
What is going on
I echo like
What?
with them two?
She wants to lay down and Diesel's not gonna get out of her spot.
Really? If she don't go move that dog.
Move the dog. Yes, you can.
Shifting. How far did you have to drive to meet your driver truck? Jarrett, my trainer lives in Gaston, South Carolina, and I live in Columbia, so about 20 minutes.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, about 20 minutes.
Take a piece of steak off the counter.
So yeah, it wasn't super difficult to go meet my trainer. I know there's some other guys, if they don't live close to the terminal, that you do run into the issue of, you know, of distance wise. What up, Diesel? There he is. What up, bro? Hey man, we're just talking to Chris. He said he was in school with you. USOB. Hey, I mean, I can't help it. Mine's 1.5 hours, and that's not too bad. I mean, my classmate, his was 150 miles. I was like, dude, that's crazy. He lived in Alabama, and his trainer lived in Tennessee. So yeah, that's crazy.
And if your trainer doesn't work out, don't be scared.
Yeah, again, like my wife just said, if you feel like you're not getting the proper training, and you feel like you're not, some guys were for. Yeah, you're right, Chris. But like I said, if you feel like you're not getting the proper training, definitely don't hesitate, because you need to reach out to your training coordinator. You need to reach out to Jamie or whoever you have. I had Jamie. But if you need to reach out to one of them and let them know that you feel like you're not getting the proper training. Come on, if you're gonna come say hi, come on. You're gonna feel like you're not getting the proper training. Come on, get up here. Poor Mojo does. Definitely don't hesitate. Definitely don't, because they'll find you somebody that will click with you, because TMC has put in all kinds of effort, you know, all the time and the energy to train you, to teach you to get your CDL. They're gonna make sure you're happy, and they're gonna make sure that you feel like you've been trained enough. Like I said, my buddy, his trainer was a piece of junk, and he told Jamie, and he never went back with that guy again. Is my stream still going? Because it's frozen for me. How far did you have to go, Jared? I start my first week with my driver trainer this Sunday. It's about, woo! Where do you live? 4-hour drive. Goodness gracious, man. That's like going to Des Moines. Diesel knows all about that though. Oh, you're in VA. What part of VA? I'm originally from Virginia Beach. Moved to South Carolina about 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago now. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say Diesel knows all about that. Or you do too, Chris. If you guys were in school together, did you guys go to Des Moines together? Because I'll tell you what, man. When I went to Des Moines, it was freezing cold. Freezing cold. Richmond. Oh, nice. What are you doing, dog? Yeah, man, the Des Moines drive. I told you, bro. I told you when we talked on the phone last week that it was no joke. You need to get your rest because that 17 hours. No, I went with Joe. Oh, okay. I was say that 17 hours is no joke. That drive is long. It's crazy. I already have my seat, so I haven't been there yet. Oh yeah, you probably won't go to Des Moines unless you have to go get your truck from Des Moines. Come on. Come on. You want to say hi? My dog's wagging his tail, shaking his tail. Come on. A piece of candy. My wife threw me some candy for my dog. You want it? Come on.
I just want to get it.
Come get it. Come on. Y'all see this? My dog is this, like, come on. Come on. Oh, here we go. We drove longer than we stayed in the... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. See, here's my boy. Here's my pup.
That's mine.
Here's one of my pups. He said, no, he said, we drove longer than we stayed. Yeah, dude. It took me 26 hours round trip. Go lay down, Mojo. It took me 26 hours round trip, bro. No joke. You little... He's not little. He's definitely not little.
Mojo, come here.
You enjoying this, huh? You enjoying it? This guy.
That's mommy's face.
But NC won't do driving tests for C. No, and South Carolina wouldn't either. Trust me, I didn't want to go to Des Moines. I went to Alabama. I went from Columbia at the airport to get the car to Gaston, Alabama, which is just outside of Atlanta, on the northern part of Alabama. Picked him up and went straight to Iowa. We made it to Illinois because we wanted to go to Iowa 80. So we made it to Illinois. We parked at the we parked at a rest area. And we slept for like 2 or 3 hours when my wife called. And she woke us up. So we went over to Iowa 80. And we stopped at stopped there. We got some breakfast. Did you have a chance to go and see Iowa 80? Diesel? Not you. I'm not talking to you. My dog's named Diesel too. Mojo, enough. I have 2 dogs, by the way. Sorry.
Diesel, leave him alone.
Oh yeah, dude! I told you you had. It's an experience like no other. Like when I went, it was under construction. I'm not sure if it still is. But they had really good food. And it's a trucker's paradise, man. As far as anything to modify your truck, they have it. Any kind of securement devices, they have it. Any kind of clothing, they have it. They had a barbershop, a gym, laundry area, massage parlor. They had everything. Anything you could think of. Excuse me. So does anybody else have any questions for me? The floor is yours. I can tell you where I've traveled. I can tell you how long I've stayed in certain places. Do we have a place to plug in a phone out here?
I can get one.
Yeah, my phone's dying. Drove from 8:15 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday. Definitely went over my 10 hours. Are you settled up? Oh yeah, I'm settled in my truck. I actually see my fleet manager was awesome, and he let me take the truck home. Like I said, I live in Columbia, so he let me take the truck home, and I was able to put everything in. I got my microwave. I've got my my refrigerator. You can't get anything bigger than 3.1 cubic feet. I think is what it's called, cubic feet. And is this plugged in?
No.
I need to plug it in.
Plug it in, please.
Oh, I got you. It can't be anywhere over 3.1 cubic feet as far as storage space. It goes in between your seats. Got 2 power strips in there. I put my Xbox in the truck too, so if I'm pulling to the allow this to no discharge. Let me pull closer. There we go. Let me get a little closer. Oh, for those of you that don't know, 6th Gen Gaming at the bottom, it's my gaming page on Facebook. I used to stream all the time, but became a trucker, so I put that on hold. But I just use that because I'm using Streamlabs OBS. But anyway, let me get back to it. There's a TV in the truck already, so like I said, I put my Xbox in there, got all my clothes, got everything hung up, got my food, got my microwave. So yeah, I'm pretty much settled in my truck. She's been good to me, except for the very first day that I was in here. Like I said in one of my previous videos, she broke down on me. But there was nothing. But there was nothing that I could do about it. It was something simple. It got fixed, and I got moving again.
Not liking that.
No, it's all the updates that are coming through because I haven't been on my computer in days. 12-speed auto. Yes, 12-speed auto. It's a 2020 pack car. I had to think for a second. Yeah, it's a 12-speed, and unlike the other trucks, like my trainer has a 2018. His was a Cummins. I can climb with about 70 to 73,000 and only hit 11th gear. The truck will downshift. With his truck, it was all the way down to like 9th gear, 10th gear. It was struggling. So I'll tell you that the pack car's good. It's really good on fuel mileage. I'm averaging anywhere between 7.3 and 7.6 miles per gallon. Miles per gallon. What else? I mean, it rides good. It doesn't really struggle that much. Of course, unless you're 75,000 pounds, 78,000 pounds, you're gonna struggle. Period, going up any kind of hill. But like I said, it's been good to me. It's comfortable. I sleep good. I'm 6'2", and I can sprawl out on that bottom bunk, and I'm comfortable.
Tell them they need to make sure they have seats and stuff.
Cool, no Cummins motor. No, all the 2020s I believe are pack cars. So no, you won't have any Cummins. Your trainer truck might be a Cummins. Just depends on the truck that they were issued. Yeah, as my wife was just saying, make sure you have a twin XL or a twin match sheet before you go with your trainer, because your trainer probably won't have a sheet for you. Another thing I can recommend too, if you want to, and if you're, I don't know how you are with germs and stuff like that, with COVID and everything, but the hard hat that you'll get, other trainees have used it. I went on Amazon and I got a graphite, I guess you call it graphite hard hat. It's a full brim all the way around, and it looks like carbon fiber on top. It cost me like $25. Bought it brand new. It's mine. I used it with my trainer, and then now I'm using it with me. So like I said, if you're okay with it, I personally was okay with it, but the whole cloth strip that was on your forehead was gone off of that hard hat, and it was killing my forehead. Like, it was scratching my forehead, and I was like, nope. So I went home and I ordered one when I was in the truck with him, and then it came in the mail. What else? I'm trying to think of what else that I can give you guys some advice on. Take your time. Like I said, take your time. You guys have 2 clocks.
Warm.
Yes, it is cold out. It's freezing cold. Definitely make sure you dress warm. Make sure you have some cold weather gloves. Do not go to the truck stop. Do not go to the Pilot and buy some cold weather gloves that have they're gray with orange on the bottom of the hands. They will freeze. Yeah, I'm taking a blanket and my pillow. Yeah, I'm bringing my own hard hat and my boots. Good for you. Yep, exactly. Do exactly what Diesel said and you'll be fine. you'll freeze your hands. Like I thought they were cold weather gloves. I bought them, took them to Des Moines. I froze my freaking hands off. Froze my hands off. Hey Diesel, when you went to Des Moines, did you get any TMC shirts like I told you?
Make sure they have like the Cobalt or Craftsman gloves or whatever.
Oh don't do that. Don't buy no Cobalt Craftsman gloves. If you're gonna buy a set of gloves, go to Lowe's. They're $10 for 10 pairs. You're gonna go through a set of gloves. I literally went through a pair of gloves a week, but I started when it was a little bit warmer, so my hands were sweating and they started stinking, and then they ripped. And since I've been in my truck, I've gone through 3 pairs of gloves in 3 weeks. I'm telling you, you will go through gloves. Don't go out and spend $20 on a pair of gloves, unless they're like cold weather. I'm talking about just regular, like got the mesh on top, and then they got the little blue or red grip at the bottom. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Don't waste your money on those Carhartts. Don't waste your money on the mechanics. Don't waste your money on those, because you're literally just gonna rip them and tear them up within a couple days.
You do need like garden gloves for the
I bought an insulated pair of Craftsman gloves for $9 a load. That's not bad. I personally bought the ones off the TMC website. You can get the exact same pair without the TMC logo. I think Walmart has them, like $14-15, but they're cold weather. They're yellow on top, black on the bottom, and they're. Do you think a memory foam pad would help with that top bunk? I mean, it's not that the mattress isn't comfortable. It's the fact that you're bouncing around. Like if you think about it, let me see. Can my mouse go over here? I don't think. Hold on. Let me see. Harbor Freight has a bundle of those two. Yeah, exactly. Those two. I don't know if it'll let me. But anyway, if you think about it, like right here where I'm pointing at, you got your suspension. There's an airbag right above the fuel tank. There's an airbag right there that's bouncing down on the cab, and then you have the suspension, and then you have the pull of the trailer. So, like when I was riding up there, it wasn't the fact that it wasn't comfortable. It was the fact that I was bouncing. I literally felt like I was gonna fall out of the top bunk. I mean, you could bring a memory pad. Anything like that'll help you if you think it'll make you more comfortable. Me personally, I just felt like I was gonna fall out. Not to mention there was a toaster oven, and there was metal on metal clinking together inside the toaster oven. So, and it was right by my ear. So I just felt more comfortable, and I slept better in the front seat. Now, when we parked, I was up in that bunk sleeping. Like I was knocked out cold. But when he was driving, I was in the front seat.
No.
Trust me. When you get in that truck, you'll understand.
You're not hungry. I know you're not hungry.
I'm hot.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay? My mic's kind of like a little bit of ways away from my mic. Or my mic. A little bit of ways away from me. A couple of other trainers I spoke to said just sleep in the front. See, I'm not the only one. I'm definitely not the only one. It's more comfortable to sleep in the front seat. Now, when you get your own truck, of course, when you park it, you sleep good. I mean, there's only been a couple nights where I haven't really slept good, and that was just because like I didn't have enough pillows, or I slept next to a freaking reefer all night. Which you'll learn all about those. Or and when you have to sleep on an on ramp because there's no spots at the truck stop and you don't have any time. So you get to hear everybody's exhaust, straight pipes, trucks. It doesn't matter. They all fly by you and they all make noise. But other than that, I mean, I've slept good in the truck every single night. Sometimes it feels like you don't get enough sleep. But I've slept good.
Time zones change.
Yeah, the time zone change really doesn't do much or affect me because it's only an hour difference. It's not like it's 3 hours difference and you're in California and you're used to East Coast time. So, what other questions? The floor is y'all's. I will tell you, get ready for it. What time do you normally stop driving? It all depends on when I started my clock. Because you can only drive for 11 hours. So it all depends on when you start your clock. If you can wait and start your clock until 10 at 10 in the morning, then you can drive until almost midnight, 11:30 midnight. I've gotten parked last week. Was it this week? Yeah, this week I got Monday night. I got parked up in Nashville at my consignee, and it was 1 a.m. when I got there. 2 a.m. Eastern time, 1 a.m. Central time. Tuesday I did not get parked up. Tuesday I passed out about 10 o'clock. Woke up Wednesday morning, drove another 5.5 hours. Wednesday morning I got loaded. I got dropped off Wednesday morning. No, yeah, dropped off Wednesday morning, and I had to park in North Carolina because I did a what's it called? Split load, where I took a load from another driver that was was going on vacation and couldn't have a load on his truck. So I took his load. I had to wait on him. I actually could have been home Wednesday night, but I had to sleep at a truck stop in above Charlotte, and I had to wait on him until Thursday morning. Yeah, Thursday morning, and we got trailer swapped over. I sent in my macro 40. Told my fleet manager what trailer I had, and I drove home. And I'll be delivering that Monday morning in Greenville, South Carolina. It's a load of angled steel from a place up in Roanoke, Virginia. He by the time he got there, Steel Dynamics, he didn't have any more clocks, so he had to wait until he woke up the next morning to be able to get a clock. My first week in the truck, like I said, it was really, really rough. Not because of anything that happened, it is basically because I got broke down. My load that I was supposed to take on Tuesday, because I got my truck on Monday, I was supposed to take my load on Tuesday. I got loaded. I pulled out of the shipper's shed, garage area, whatever you want to call it, and I had an air leak, and I had to call in breakdown because there was nothing I could do. I didn't have any tools to fix it. I never knew how to fix it. So breakdown, I was worked down for about 5.5 hours, almost 6 hours. The load that I picked up was supposed to be delivered the same day in DeKalb, Georgia, Duluth, Georgia, whatever you want to call it. It's just outside of Atlanta. But I didn't make it, so I had to sleep in Augusta, which kind of messed me up that week. Difficult to manage your clock in terms of hours of service. It all depends on... I'll get back to that question, Jared. So I got to Atlanta. I got the trailer swap. I just delivered. It was a Home Depot load. I delivered to a Home Depot distribution center. Then I did a trailer swap. First ever trailer swap by myself. Took me like 35-40 minutes. Because you got to move all of your dunnage. You got to move all of your straps. You got to move all of your coil mats. You got to move everything from one truck to the other. Or one trailer to the other. Then get loaded. Once I got loaded, I went to Owens Cornering in Atlanta where I did my securement video. And I took those from Atlanta to Florida. Just out, what was it? Where'd I go to? Cocoa Beach, Florida. Really good paying load. Loads going into Florida pay great. Loads coming out of Florida pay like crap. Just know that. Like I said, a really good paying load. And then I got loaded. I got delivered. Went to Georgia, or went to Lake City. Picked up some insulation. Took it to Atlanta. I was supposed to go home that day. It was a 2-stopper. By the time I got into Atlanta, I got delivered. Ran out of clock. I had to sleep. What? I had to, what? Anyway, I had to sleep at the truck stop and then wake up the next morning and be able to drive the rest of the way home. Like I said, it was nothing that TMC did, nothing that I did. It was simply just because I had a breakdown. But my second week, it was great. My second week, I left out. I got the load from Atlanta, dropped it off in Harleyville, South Carolina on Monday. Loaded up at CMC KC in KC, South Carolina. Went down to Gainesville, Florida. Dropped off in Gainesville, went to Lake City again, got some more insulation, took it to Wilmington, North Carolina. So I got parked up in Florida. I took it all the way from Gainesville to Wilmington, North Carolina. I got parked up in North Carolina on Wednesday night. Got loaded at the port, used my TWIC card for the first time. It was great. Got all the way to Newton, North Carolina, got parked up. So I got parked up 3 nights on my second week. So to answer your question, it's not hard to manage your clock if you learn how to do it. If you research it. Like I said, before I became a truck driver, before I decided to come to TMC, I always did my research. Like I watched Airborne Trucker, I watched Riding with Kev, I watched Axel, I watched Lawful Giraffe. Who else did I watch? Trucking with Tay. I watched all those guys, and a lot of those guys talked about their hours of service. A lot of those guys talked about being parked up. If you can get parked up at the consignee, you can save your clock. What's the farthest north that they've sent me so far solo? Kentucky. That load of coils I went to, it was in Kentucky. With my trainer, we went all the way to New York. We went all the way just outside of New York City, and we went all the way up to Montgomery, New York, and picked up insulation. But no, like I said, it's not hard to manage your clock as long as you know what you're doing. Like if you get parked up Sunday night, I know some people are like, oh, park up points aren't worth it, this, that, and the other. Getting parked up Sunday night will save your clock because you wake up Sunday morning or Monday morning and you can do everything you need to do, get unloaded, and then, drive to the next place. You don't have to start your clock and drive for 4 hours. You can start your clock and unload for 45 minutes and then, go to the next place instead of driving for 4 hours or 5 hours or hour and a half or whatever the case may be. So getting parked up allows you to conserve your clock. You get parked up, you get unloaded, you drive to the shipper, you get loaded, and you get to the consignee, or you get as close as you can to the consignee. Doing that conserves your clock. I've never, in the 3 weeks that I've been in the truck, I've never not had a clock to make it home. I didn't have enough drive time to make it home. I've always had enough of my 70 to make it home. I just haven't had enough of my drive time clock. And, like I said, some of that was being a rookie. Some of that was just bad luck. So, yeah, like I said, I've been to Kentucky. Oh, and I've been to North Carolina. What's up, OTC? What's going on, man? I've been to North Carolina. I've been to Lynchburg, Virginia. Madison Heights, Virginia. I'm about 5 hours south of you. Do you think I'll stay more south, or is it all up in the air? Where are you? You said you're 5 hours south of me. Where are you? In Alabama? Because depending on your fleet manager and if you want to go home every weekend, that's pretty much what determines whether or not you'll be able to you'll stay south. Like, for instance, this week I went from, where did I go? I went from South Carolina to Georgia. I went from one part of Georgia to another part of Georgia in, what was it? I don't want to pronounce it wrong because it sounds dirty. Wallacoochee. Don't quote me. It says Wallacoochee, Georgia. So I went from Wallacoochee, Georgia to Antioch, Tennessee, which is just outside of Nashville. Okay, Triton, Georgia. Yeah. No, and then I went from Nashville to Kentucky, and then I went from Kentucky to North Carolina. And you see how I did like a big circle almost. Then went from North Carolina to South Carolina. My second week, I went from South Carolina to Florida, Florida to Georgia, Georgia back to Florida, and then Florida. Where did I go? Georgia back to Florida. And then I went to Atlanta, close to Wallacoochee. Oh, well, that's where I went to. So it really just depends. Like I said, my fleet manager, he being that where I live, you're Southwest Arkansas, so I'm guessing TMC will keep me in the Midwest once I get back. Yeah, you could Midwest, Southwest, or Southeast. I don't think you being from Arkansas, you'll go. Well, no, you could probably go up to Iowa and Ohio and Missouri and stuff like that. But and Texas, being that you're so close, you could definitely go to Texas, Oklahoma. But yeah, no, because you live so close to Wallacoochee, you can pretty much go anywhere, within the eastern seaboard, the southeast region. So when you park up, have you been able to utilize the creep method, aka put the truck in low gear? Yes, you can. It's tiring and it sucks creeping at 5 miles an hour, but yes, you can do that. But you gotta think, you gotta do it smartly. You gotta be at the consignee. You gotta be able to get, where they want you. You can't, park 5 miles down the road and creep for 5 miles an hour. You know what I mean? So you gotta do it smartly. You gotta think about it smartly. But yes, you can do that. But like I said, it'll going to watch this back if you keep it on your channel. No, you're good, man. Yeah, no, I'll keep it for you. I won't delete it. We're actually getting some good questions and good stuff like that. Does anybody else have any questions? Trying to think what else. But yeah, so I mean, I've pretty much been in Florida, Georgia. I've been in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina. I've not gone to Alabama by myself yet. I've not gone anywhere to the west side of Florida yet. I've been in Jacksonville. I've been in Gainesville. I've been in Orlando. Been in Cocoa Beach. I went to Atlanta, to Owens Cornering. I went to Home Depot in Atlanta. Picked up a load just outside of, what was it, Clio, South Carolina. Picked up loads in Pageland, South Carolina. Have you got the backing down good? That's the one thing that worries me. You're never going to be perfect all the time. I mean, I can back the truck up. I mean, as you can see, if you look in my most recent video, you see me backing the truck up. Always use goal, which, the guys that have gone through the school, they know what that is. Always use goal. Don't be afraid to get out and look, even if you're at the truck stop. I don't care if there's 10 trucks behind you and they're blaring their horns and say, get the hell out of the way. Get out and look behind you. Because there could be that one time where you're backing into this spot and you're between two tractors and there's a bobtail and he's sticking too far in that you can't see him. Oh, you like my picture? Yeah, that was a picture I took actually at the 84 Lumber that I delivered in Lynchburg, Virginia. That I picked up that load from CM Tucker. But like I said, always look behind you because you could pull into a spot and there could be just a bobtail tractor and you never see it take the whole front of the truck off. Get out and look. Even if you think you got it, make sure there's nothing impeding you. Make sure there's nothing in the way. Make sure the tractor that's next to you isn't crooked sideways and you can't get in your spot. Don't be afraid to pull forward, to straighten out, to do a straight line. You don't always have to 45. You do a 45 to where you can get lined up, get positioned. I have no idea, John. We have trainers everywhere. Did you go to school? Yeah, I went to school in Columbia. Like I said, you don't always have to do the 45. You have to get the 45 to get the angle to be able to get in the spot. But once you get in front of your trailer, if you see you're going sideways, use the dump valve to straighten yourself out. Put it in drive, pull forward, get in front of your trailer, and then make sure there's nothing behind you. Like, get out, walk around, make sure nothing's behind you, make sure nobody pulled behind you, whatever the case may be. And just back right into the spot. Don't be scared of it. This truck is easier to back up. And let me back up before everybody starts, yelling, oh my God, you say it's so easy. It goes slower. You can turn this truck and you can back this trailer up slower than you can a regular 18-foot car trailer. Or a regular four-wheeler trailer. What do I think about Aaron?
What the fuck?
You want a hug?
Mm-hmm.
Who? What? Aaron? What you mean, Jarrett? Dump valve is my new best friend. Dude, I'm telling you, the dump valve, it'll save you. I don't really get too used to or too comfortable using it. I use it when I need to. Of course, when you make your turns, if it's tight, use the dump valve. If you're backing into a tight spot, use the dump valve. But I personally don't use the dump valve unless I absolutely have to. Here. You can go to sleep.
Mom, can you pumpkin pie for me?
Mom, can you pumpkin pie? Yeah.
Mom, I don't want
I try to use the dump valve as least possible as I can. If I know that if I see myself going into the spot right, I don't use the dump valve. But if I can see the trailer's too far out to the left or the right,
May you please sleep on the couch under a chair?
yeah, you can go sit on the couch. I'll move you when it's time for bed. Or the yeah. Oh God. John introduced you to the fence turn downtown Columbia. Yeah, that's Assembly Street to. Oh, what is that road called? Not Gervais. Is it Gervais? No. Oh, it's Assembly Street though, right? Right there. You got to make that sharp right. You got to be almost in the left lane and make that sharp right with the dump valve to miss the steel fence. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, John does that on purpose. Those of you guys that went through Columbia, you know who Mr. John is. He's a great trainer. Definitely knows what he's talking about. Definitely knows what he's doing. Those of you guys that went to Des Moines, I don't know your teachers. I didn't go to Des Moines. But you know, I obviously Chris and Diesel, they're getting ready to go with their trainers, so they've gone through the schooling. They've gone through everything. What else? What else can I say? What are the questions you guys got? Like I said, Jared, what do you mean AA Ron? Blossom Street and that dang team. Blossom Street by the post office. Yep, I know that one too. Yeah, yeah, they called that the TMC poll because TMC's paid for it 5 times. I'm still confused. What do you mean about the AA Ron? I mean, I know a lot of people call it AA Ron, but what do you mean? What else have I done? He's one of the on the road in Columbia? He's one of the on the road instructors. You're talking about a teacher in Columbia? I know Ronnie. I know John. I know who he's talking about. Yeah, in Columbia, if you didn't have to. How bad was TMC training? TMC training's not bad at all, John. It's as hard as you make it, man. It really is. The first week you go through your hours of service test. You go through your logbook. You go through. What's he look like? As I said, they got me all messed up. You go through your hours of service. You go through all your legal stuff, your DOT test. You take your physical, which it's literally just checking you, making sure that you can pass the physical, and then give you a hernia check. You're 55, getting back in the trade. Well, good for you. It's not hard, man. Now, what else? So your first week is pretty much just all tests. Diesel, like he was stressing out and he was like, man, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. Oh, Gold Tooth. Got you. Okay, I know who Aaron is. Yeah, Aaron, he called me Mr. CPI. Because I used to work for CPI Security. And my backpack said CPI on it. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Aaron's funny. He's cool. I didn't ever catch his name. He just called me Mr. CPI. But anyway, your first week is pretty much that, and then you do your load securement on. If you're just getting your CDL, it's a lot in 3 weeks. Jackson is a beast. I'm telling you. I told Diesel this, and I'll tell every one of you guys this. If you come to Columbia, listen to what Jackson tells you when it comes to backing that truck up. That man will make sure you succeed. You will not fail if you listen to what he tells you. Same thing I told Diesel. Diesel messaged me and he was like, bro, I can't get this backing down. I was like, man, just listen. Use your points. Jackson's not going to let you fail. And look what he did. Got his CDL. He's going with his trainer. You can do it. Anybody can do it. As long as you listen to what they tell you and you don't go in there with a cocky attitude. Where are you from, OTC? You said Alabama, right? Because if you're from Alabama, oh no, Arkansas. You could go to Columbia if you ask them to go to Columbia. If you go to Iowa, you're gonna freeze your ass off. Pardon my French, but you're gonna freeze your ass off. I'm telling you, it's cold right now in South Carolina. It's like with the wind chill. Hold on, I'll tell you. With the wind chill, it's 25 degrees outside. Southwest Arkansas. Listen to all the guys on the yard there. Exactly, Chris. Exactly, man. Just yeah, OTC. Whenever you talk to your recruiter, tell them, hey, yeah, I'd like to go to Columbia, but if they make you go to Iowa, the only good part about you going to Iowa is you won't have an automatic restriction, because Des Moines only trains on a manual. Even though they're converting everybody to automatic, Des Moines only trains on a manual. Columbia trains on automatic. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot to comprehend in 3 weeks. Don't stress the physical fitness test, Jarrett. It's literally nothing but picking up a tarp, picking up 180-pound tarp. He uses good hand signals, and you exactly. He don't need to speak much. He just tells you to do this, tells you to go like this, tells you to go like this, and then like this. He doesn't use many words, but he gets his point across. If you can deal with the structure and you can deal with the no nonsense, because if you go in there with a know-it-all attitude, or you go in there with a I'm better than you attitude, or I know everything, you're not going to succeed. If you're going to that school to get your CDL, listen to what they tell. Robert is funny as hell. Robert will have you laughing if you don't have your CDL. If you have your CDL, you'll get Barry, more than likely. Which Barry's funny as hell too. They're all nice guys. They're all down-to-earth guys. But they're just trying to train you. They're just trying to teach you. You guys can find me on Facebook too. Just look up Lonnie. You can see me. You see me posting in the TMC training pages. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. But like I said, Robert's funny. He's cool. He down to earth. He was a driver for 2 years, I think. He's plastered all over the school. I was sent home because I'm blind and what? I'm sorry to hear that, JJK. Unfortunately, that's not anything that you can control, though. Yeah, Jarrett. Barry's funny. You wouldn't expect. He's only like 5'5", 5'6", and that man's strong. But no, as I was saying, the agility test. Once you get past the drug test, you get past the hernia test, you get to your load securement. Well, before your load securement, you do your agility test. You climb up a ladder. You climb on top of a Connex box. You use 3 points of contact. You come back down the ladder. Then you go pick up the tarps. One's 80 pounds, one 120 pounds. All you gotta do is put it on your shoulder. If you gotta pick it up first, bend down at your knees, pick it up, put it on your lap, then take it from your lap to your shoulder. Same thing over. And then all you gotta do to get on the back of that trailer is get your ass on the back of that trailer. Pardon my French. But that's all you gotta do. Get on the back of the trailer. Let me move my big head real quick. Oh, where am I? Yeah, see, right, where am I? Right there. Son of a... Nope, this way. Right over my shoulder, right here. See that axle? The back axle? You can't put your feet on the wheel. You can't put your feet on the tire. You literally just grab the side of the trailer and jump. Jump, get your body up there, roll over there, get your belly. All you gotta do is get up on top of the trailer. They don't care how you do it, as long as you don't put your feet on that tire. And remember to breathe. Exactly. I did it so exactly, Chris. Exactly. We all can do it. I mean, I was a chunky dude too. I've lost 10 pounds. Being with my trainer, because your eating schedule, your eating habit, it goes out the window. If you think you're gonna get 3 square meals a day, you're sadly mistaken. If you don't get a meal in the morning, it's because of your own fault. You're probably gonna skip lunch unless you get yourself some lunch. Bring a cooler. Make sure you have a good cooler. I mean, if you want to spend the money, go get yourself a Yeti. I got one of the Ozarks. I thought I was going to be okay. I had a regular cooler, and my food melted. My ice melted the first week, and I lost about $50 worth of food. So I had to go to Walmart. I bought another cooler. I bought one of those Ozark coolers. It's really nice, really durable. It says it's supposed to keep ice cold for 4 or 5 days. All my ice melted, but this time I wrapped all of my food. Hold on 1 second, Hollywood. I wrapped all my food in Ziploc bags as many times as I could. I had to read your comment. And kept it as waterproof as I could, because you're going to be living out of a cooler for 5 weeks. You want to make sure you have enough food. You want to make sure you have your food safe. Because, like I said, I lost about $50 worth of food my first week. I was super upset. I was super, super upset. But my trainer, he's like, we'll go to Walmart. You can get some more food. And I got another cooler. That Ozark cooler is supposed to keep ice cold for 4 to 5 days. It says it on the outside of it. But where your cooler sits is right on the drive shaft. It's right on the exhaust, right where the exhaust comes. And the floor gets hot. So definitely make sure you have an insulated cooler. Make sure you have, if you can afford it, don't even buy a cooler that takes ice. Buy one that plugs in. Then your food will stay cold. You never have to worry about it. Okay, hello Lonnie. I have a question. I can see pretty good, just not small letters. That's very far away. Will I need to get glasses before I go, or will they let me get glasses later? I would recommend getting glasses before you go, because I can see just fine too. I can read your comment without my glasses on. I can't see way far away. If you think that you're okay and you got your CDL permit without your glasses, then you won't need them, because they're not going to do a vision test. They're gonna make you bend over so they can make sure that your spine is straight. It's gonna check your breathing, check your heart, and check your blood pressure. And then they, like I said, they do a hernia check. Oh no, they do an eye test. You do have to stand on a little square, and you have to read the same thing that you did at the oh, my glasses are dirty. The same thing that you did at the DMV. If you passed it at the DMV, or when you went and got your medical card, because you have to do it for your medical card too, then you'll be fine. But if you think you're gonna struggle, then don't, then just get your glasses. I never had glasses till I got in the Army. Never wore glasses, and then I joined the Army, and they were like, "Yeah, you need glasses. Here you go," and they handed me a pair of BCGs. And I had to wear those, and I've worn glasses ever since. When I met my wife, I wasn't wearing glasses. I wear glasses now. On. Hope it was a TV. These are all really good questions. I realize this is DOT. Yeah, unfortunately, JJ, you gotta be able to see to drive the truck. Maybe. Yeah, no worries. Definitely, dude. Definitely, Hollywood. You guys got all really good questions. Anybody else have any other questions for me? As you can see, like I said, I've hauled lumber. I've hauled rebar. I've hauled steel coils.
What do you want?
Mama?
What do you want?
What was that barking?
It's on TV.
Oh, I thought it was the dogs outside. Anybody have any other questions for me? I've been going for about an hour. I've been jib jabbing and chatting. Glad to see everybody, came in and joined. Damn, I can't believe it's been an hour. I can talk. Anybody have any other questions before I end this?
Mm-hmm.
What shoes do you wear while driving? I wear these.
Oh no, he has these DC slides that are really light.
I wear these. These are DC
They're just
slides, house shoes, house slides. I wear a size 17. I have big foot. They're super light. I recommend wearing these or just wearing your socks and wearing your socks. I know DOT regulations, you're supposed to wear some kind of closed-toed shoes. But depending on what trainer you go with, they may let you drive barefoot, or not barefoot, but with socks on. Or, like, my trainer made me wear sneakers all the time. It is what it is. You can use sneakers, you can wear boots. I recommend sneakers. My boots are a little heavy. Hi, Mojo. And when I wear my boots, sometimes I push the brake pedal a little too hard. If you have your CDL since 1999, you drove tractor trailer, you still have to go through 5 weeks of training. Not necessarily, John. It all depends on how much verifiable experience you have and you can give your recruiter, because there's a guy named Mike that went through the training with Diesel. He has 1.5 million safe miles, and he went through school for 2 weeks. He went through school for 2 weeks, and he was with us. I think he's only got to be with a trainer for 2 or 3 weeks. It all depends on the experience. It all depends on, you know, how the trainer feels, because it's not so much about knowing how to drive the truck. It's more about knowing how to secure the load. Because if they feel like you need more training or you need less training than 5 weeks, then you'll have it. But if you need that extra training, you need that 5 weeks of training, then they'll give it to you. I use thin sole sneakers. He should be 2 weeks and 3 weeks with it. Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks because he's experienced. 3 weeks with the trainer. 1 week just to show that you can drive the truck, and then 2 weeks to learn how to secure. If you've driven flatbed before, it could be 1 week and 1 week. It all depends.
I mean, he used to train technicians with CPR and everything, but no, I told him.
Oh, no problem, Chris. Anytime, man. I appreciate the kind words. I wanted to make this channel for all of the, I don't want to say all the rookies, but I wanted to make this channel to show you guys exactly how it is. Because if you guys watched my video from the beginning, before you decided to come to TMC, you watched how my first 3 weeks of school went. Once you went to school, you guys experienced it. You guys saw exactly what I talked about. Then you go with your trainer, you see exactly what I'm talking about with the trainer. I do this because there's other drivers out there that don't tell you everything. And I want you guys to be full aware. I want you guys, that's what we call each other. We call each other rookies, beginners, new drivers, whatever you want to call it, Diesel. But I want to be the guy that firsthand and first experience shows you exactly what to expect. Because I couldn't find any information like that. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had that opportunity. You guys had that information. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are here. If you guys can, definitely share my page, share my video. The more I can get out there, the more that I can get recognized, the more I can grow this channel. Maybe I can get another GoPro. Because right now, this is my GoPro. It's a GoPro Hero Plus. Like a 5th gen one. Not the greatest, doesn't have a lens on the back. But it's doing what it needs to. This is what I mount. I have the little suction cup on the back. And I mount it to the back of the headache rack. And that's what you guys watch. I want to get a Hero 8 eventually. But, you know, being a rookie driver, you gotta make that money first. So yeah, like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate each and every one of you. I've only had the channel for a couple months, and it's grown astronomically. And like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. And it'll get better with time, with my editing skills and stuff like that. So does anybody else have any other questions?
No.
We're a small community in trucking, so we got to help. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And for those of you that don't know, he's got a channel too. He don't have any videos yet, but he's got a channel too. So if you guys want some other information from another driver, go ahead and give him a follow. Or give him a follow. I'm talking about Facebook. Give him a subscribe and wait, because he's got some content coming. Obviously, he hasn't been out on the road yet, but he's got some content coming. So give him a head start. Give him that subscribe, and then when he comes up with the video, you guys will all be notified. like I said, I got all my information from those guys, from Lawful Giraffe, from Axel, from Airborne Trucker, starting Sunday. See, he's got a video coming out Sunday. There's one more. What am I forgetting? Oh, good luck in Chicago, bro. Dress warm. It's white. It's white and snowy right now. Yeah, no problem, OTC. Anytime, man. I want to do one of these like every Saturday if possible. If I can get you guys to show up, I can talk about my week.
You guys might have other plans.
If I can't do it, well, yeah, if I can't do it Saturday, maybe I can do it one day during the week or something. Because I can download Streamlabs on my phone and do it on my phone too. Right now I'm on my computer. That's how I'm able to have this background and everything else like that, because I used to game, used to stream, so I have everything set up there. Any other questions? And Chris, you be safe on the road. Diesel, you be safe on the road. And maybe we'll see each other sometime at a shipper or at the terminal. All right. Well, if anybody doesn't have anything else to say or anything like that, then I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Oh yeah, we are enjoying the family time. I mean, my daughter's in my chair sleeping.
No,
My son's she will be. My son's watching a movie, and I'm getting ready to play Call of Duty. Anybody else play video games? You guys want to jump into a game or jump into a match and play some Warzone? Let me know. That's what I'm about to do. I got a whole, I play on the PC, but I can give you my Activision, I can give you my BattleNet, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's about what I'm gonna do. If you guys don't have anything else to say, or don't have any other questions for me, should I say? I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I want everybody to stay safe. Definitely make sure when you go out on the road this weekend that you guys all stay safe again, because I know this is a short week. They try to get us home early like they did for Christmas, for the New Year. So everybody stay safe. Obviously keep the shiny side up. Don't mess that beautiful truck up. And just get home to your families. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Look out for my next video next weekend. I'm going to record some more content this week, so we have more to show you guys. Hopefully I can get a little bit more editing in. That way I can, because I spent like 4 hours editing this video that I put out today. So it'll happen with time. But if you guys don't have anything else for me, then you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.